This is a modification of Doki Doki Literature Club, and is not affiliated with Team Savato or the original game. This mod continues from the original game, and should only be played after the original has been completed. If you have not played through it yet, please download a fresh copy from that place. Also, there's little, if any, disturbing content in this mod, but since you agreed to be at least 13 to play the original, let's play it safe. Turn the language filter on. No! I don't need the language filter. Sup, it's Hallie. And welcome to... Well, this game is not suitable for children, those who are easily disturbed. Magical Literary Heroine Natsuki saves the Literature Club. So this is a mod. Oh my goodness. What a mod it is. So let me just take care of a couple things first of all. Gotta do that. And we gotta do that. And we gotta do that. And we gotta do that. And I apologize, I need to take a moment here to adjust my own sound settings. Because I recently replaced my headphones, and this game is roaring in my ears. Goodness, that's much better. Okay. Easy mode? What? What? You know, we're just gonna get into it. We're just gonna go. I'm Hallie, so we're gonna get started and see what this is all about. Mystery. Hey, Hallie, can you hear me? Hey, wake up! It's probably Natsuki if I had to guess. Yeah. I opened my eyes to see Natsuki staring me directly in the face. Had I fallen asleep? Wait, when did that happen? I don't remember going to sleep in the club room. The last thing I remembered was Sayori saying something really strange. Yuri and Natsuki were there, and so was Monica. Or was she? My thoughts are still fuzzy as I struggle to recover from my unexpected nap. Ugh, my head. Hi, Natsuki.
Jeez, Hallie. Sayori wasn't kidding when she said you had bad sleeping habits. How are you going to help me fix things when you can't even keep your eyes open?
Help you fix things? I don't understand what's going on. But that's a statement, not a question. Where is everyone? The more I try to piece together what was happening before I went to sleep, the less sense it makes.
About that, I guess there's no point in avoiding it. They're gone, Hallie. Sayori, Yuri, Monica, they're all gone. It's just us now.
Just us? But how? Where did they go? Weren't they just here? I know I fell asleep for a bit, but... My thoughts trail off, unable to process what Natsuki is telling me. From the way she worded it, it sounded like she meant something more than just going to get a snack.
Yeah, that's an understatement. You've been asleep for a really long time, Hallie. I'm not even sure how much time has passed since it happened. But I've been sitting here thinking about a lot of stuff. And now that you're awake, I think that means it's time to start fixing things.
I stare at Natsuki for a moment. Natsuki, I don't understand any of this. Natsuki blinks at me, then smiles and scoffs lightly.
Huh, I think that's what I said. That dork. He did say it would be easier than trying to explain it to you. So I guess I'm just going to have to do it.
Do what, he? What are you talking about? Natsuki suddenly pokes my forehead with her finger and starts chanting. I suddenly wish I remembered more Japanese, because it sounds vaguely like something out of a Mahou Shoujo manga. Hey, what are you... Oh god. Words.
Did it work?
I blink and look around, except I don't. A lot of strange information is now swarming in my head. I am Hallie, the main character in a game called Doki Doki Literature Club. In the game, I followed another character, my childhood friend Sayori, to join a new club, where I met several cute girls and attempted to romance one of them. At least until the game's story took a hard turn towards discussions on mental health issues, psychological horror, and metatextual references.
Great, it worked. Now I don't have to explain that part. Also, we don't need a recap. The player is supposed to have gone through the game already, so they should know everything too.
What? Natsuki, you can hear my thoughts?
Yeah, well, I can read them at least. I mean, they show up right down here in this box and everything.
What? Oh, yeah, it looks like they do. As I'm thinking them even. Man, this is weird. Wait a minute, we're characters in a game, but how are we here? I don't remember a point where we were the only ones in the club room. Or where we became aware that we're characters, for that matter. Also, didn't Monica delete everything? Or maybe Sayori did. That part still seems fuzzy to me.
Yeah, the game had 2 endings, but they both had pretty much the same result. Goodbye, Literature Club. Fortunately for us, we're in a modified version of the game that keeps going after the original ending. It's hard to explain. I've been thinking about this part the most. But basically, we're here because the player was unhappy with how the game ended and wants to fix things.
The player, right. I remember that while I have my own distinct personality, there's someone outside the game who makes some of my decisions for me and also is pushing the buttons to advance the story. You can also see what I'm thinking, right? Hello? Nice to meet you? Oh, nice to meet you too.
Right, I also wanted to talk to you. I'm not going to be all coy like Monica and give subtle hints about your existence. Not my style. But I'm right, aren't I? You finished the game and then installed the mod that we're in now. You weren't satisfied with how things ended. You never got to go to the Festival of Sayori, and you couldn't stop Yuri from, you know. And even if you got the best ending, Sayori still ended up deleting the game anyway. You didn't get to save everyone. It just never happened. As someone who's read more than a few stories, I know how frustrating that must be. So you searched online and found this mod, and, well, here we are.
Well, I mean, my reasons for installing the mod were a little different, and I'm also rectifying my dissatisfaction with the ending in my own way. I'm gonna take 2, so to speak. Oh, I got an option and I can explain myself. Yes, I will rescue you all and get a real happy ending. Sorta. I missed all of you and needed to spend more time with you. Actually, I wanted more weird horror and cool meta stuff. This game is crazy. I'm just helping playtest this for the writer. I'm just here to make you all part of my girlfriend harem. Goodness, these are all such great options. Can I how do I get to the menu? There we go. We're definitely gonna have to come back for some of these. For now, I'll go with, we'll just take it from the top. Yes, I will rescue all and get a real happy ending.
Yeah, some pretty awful things happened to us, didn't they? But now we've got a chance to fix them. We'll save all my friends and live happily ever after. So here we are, myself, Hallie, and you. Hey, before we get started, would you mind telling me a bit more about yourself? I really prefer not to have to refer to you as just you for the next couple of hours, okay? And I'm not going to go crawling through your computer to try and figure out what your real name is. Not my style. So just tell me, and be honest, okay?
Well, actually multiple people. Yeah, no, we'll just be honest for now.
That's what I figured. Not that there's anything wrong with you being a guy. It's not a big deal. It's just that Monica never asked. And I was curious, that's all. Anyways. Second, what's your name? Your real name. Don't worry, I won't share it with anyone. Unless you turn out to be a creep. Seriously though, what's your name?
My real name. I'll share it with everyone. In case you didn't know, it's Eli. Sometimes I slip up and still say Eli instead of Hallie.
Okay, Eli, enough small talk. Let's get going already.
Natsuki, what about me?
You're coming too. Eli needs you to see and act on things. But let's get one thing straight. I'm the main character now. I didn't get nearly enough screen time before. And let's be honest, Hallie, you were kind of an insensitive jerk for most of it.
Hey, I couldn't help it. It's not like I got to pick my actions and dialogue.
Yeah, I know. You're supposed to be a typical protagonist jerk, so I can't blame you too much. It's just how you're written. But still, it'd probably be best to just let Eli control your actions this time. It's bad enough that my style and mannerisms won't be perfect. But if we have to deal with your entire personality being changed, we might as well have just replaced you with someone else. So just let Eli handle this, okay? This is kinda for them anyway.
I don't really get what Natsuki means by that. Okay, but where are we going? How exactly are we going to save everyone?
Right, I should explain. Eli, from your perspective, the game takes place from Tuesday to Monday. Then it starts over again, without Sayori, then just Monica. You relive the same week, or even just the same day, several times. But really, each of those days is a separate part of the game.
There's scripts, right? Lines of code, variables, conditionals.
Yeah, all that stuff. It's all connected. Making a choice here changes an outcome there. And as we saw with Monica, if you're not careful and messing around with it, bad things start happening. We don't want that to happen. So we need to be careful about what we do, and we need to do things in the right order. If we make a change, but then go back and change something else earlier in the script, it might undo the first change we made. Or something worse.
I see. That means we need to start with Sayori, right?
Right. I don't know exactly how we're gonna do it, but if we look around for ideas in the script's first act, I'm sure we'll figure out some way to save her. Don't worry, I'll make sure we end up in places that won't screw things up just by us being there. And Eli, if you need to take a break at any point, it's okay. I made him promise that we won't have I made him promise that we won't have any awful nightmares while you're gone. We'll just sort of go to sleep for a bit. We're trying to get rid of the horror part after all. So, Hallie, Eli, ready to rock?
Yeah, let's do this. Wait, who's him anyway? Is that the guy who made this mod? Yeah, who's him?
Oh, don't worry about that guy. He said to say that if you asked about him. I'd like to limit my involvement in the actual story as much as possible. This is a story for you and Eli, not me. Also, author self-insert plots are usually terrible. What a dork, right? Alright, it's time for magical literary heroine Natsuki, her sidekick Hallie, and a mysterious Eli to save the literature club.
Sidekick? Yes, let's go. End first stage. Whoa.
That person tells you you're worthless. Don't get out of bed. Don't eat. Don't try to make friends. You're worthless, so why even bother? You're not worthless. Even if that person doesn't understand, we'll do whatever we can to help you see that. You are precious to us, and we love you. That person tells you it's so easy. Get more sleep and exercise. Take a pill every day. Talk to someone about your problems. It's so easy, so why can't you do them? It's not easy. You are fighting to make your life better, and we'll do whatever we can to help you, until you can look at that person in the mirror and say, I love you.
Begin second stage. Didn't know it was a level-based game. Okay, so we're outside my house. Wait, is that me? In the distance, a girl with a red bow in her hair and a boy next to her are walking to school. It's obvious that that's Sayori, and I've only seen the back of my head, but I'm pretty sure that's me with her. Huh. I wonder what would happen if I went and talked to myself.
Forget it! We've got enough to do without creating some awful time paradox subplot.
Okay. So where are we? I mean, I know where we are, but,
Ha! It's Tuesday morning. We're right at the beginning of everything. I figured it would be a safe place to start. I don't think there's really a whole lot we can do today. Hallie joined the club, but the only things that happened were introductions and Monika's idea to have everyone write poems.
And your cupcakes.
True, they were pretty great. But that's not what's important right now. We've got to search the rest of the week for clues. Nothing happened on Saturday and Monday. We should save Monday for last. That leaves Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. One of those should have something helpful.
Well, what will we wait up for? Wait a minute.
What's up?
Oh. What if we made everyone else somewhere, then we could just address them directly? Just let me talk to Sayori. I'm sure I could say the right things to fix her depression. There are so many things wrong with this sentence. Let's just delete Monika. Without her influence, Sayori won't kill herself. I hate that we have to go through this. Can't you just snap your fingers and make everyone better? Oh my god, there's so many amazing things I can say. All of these are terrible ideas. I'll pick this one since it seems the least harmful.
It's tempting. Just wave a magic wand and poof! Everyone and everything is perfect, right? But I get the feeling things wouldn't work out that way. You saw what happened when Monika tried to change us, right? She was just exaggerating what was already programmed in. If I tried to completely override someone, something awful might happen. Besides, I'm not sure I would want to do that to any of them anyway. I mean, if you change your friends' minds too much, are they still even the same people? I want Sayori to be happier, but I still want her to be Sayori, you know?
Also, this wouldn't be much of a game if it was over in 2 lines.
That's beside the point. Oh, let's just go already. Where should we go?
Let's explore the game in a sane and linear fashion. We'll start with Wednesday. We're in the club room. It's empty. The sun hasn't quite gone down yet, but everyone has already left for the day.
Oh yeah, this was the first day we shared poems. That was awkward. I mean, I guess it was a pretty good idea, just because it wasn't something I was comfortable with and meant it was bad. But it was also really stressful at first.
Yeah, especially when you and Yuri started fighting.
Don't remind me! Hey, what's this?
Natsuki picks a familiar-looking paper off of the floor.
Hey, Hallie, it's the first poem you wrote. Or, I guess actually Eli wrote this.
I helped.
Uh-huh.
She glances over it again.
That's right, most of the time.
It's time to jog your memory. Recreate the poem you originally made so you can remember which club member you spent the most time with. Oh. You know, I could make a sincere effort, or like, try to direct to the mod one way or another, or I could just leave it up to random chance.
You were hanging out with Sayori.
There you go, see?
Not really a surprise there, since you knew her first. Although it seemed like maybe that wasn't what she wanted. Or maybe it was. Emotions are complicated. Anyways, Hallie, you should probably hang on to this.
Sure. Who knows, maybe it'll come in handy.
Yeah, probably won't find anything else though. Let's try one of the other days.
Alright, we've done Tuesday. Let's look at Wednesday. Or wait, no. We just looked at Wednesday. We need to look at Thursday. Why didn't it disappear from the list then? Why can't I go back to Wednesday? We're outside my house. I hear familiar voices in the distance. One of them is my own. Natsuki grabs my arm and yanks me into an alleyway. An alleyway. Where we won't be seen. We overhear Sayori ask, me, a pretty awkward question about whether or not I would still walk home with her. After that, we go into our separate houses for the evening. That was weird.
Tell me about it. But Eli, tell me something. When you picked that choice, were you honest?
I mean, of course I was. I even told her that it wasn't just about liking someone else. I would have walked home with Sayori, but I couldn't just tell her that. Of course I was. I even told Sayori why I would still walk home with her. I couldn't tell Sayori that I wouldn't walk home with her to her face. So wait. When the choices are like this elaborate, it's kind of hard to compare them. Let me just read these over one more time. In this one we're saying we were honest. We even told her that it wasn't just about liking someone else. I would have walked home with Sayori, but I couldn't just tell her that. In other words, in this one we would have lied, and we wanted to walk home with Sayori, but we told her we wouldn't. Of course I was. I even told Sayori why I would still walk home with her. So honesty, and you did tell her you'd walk. And then in another case where you lied, but you said you'd walk with her anyway. Personally, I would always went with this one. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. Yep.
Good. She probably would have been stressed about it no matter what you told her. But I think she would understand if you were honest at least. Okay, let's move on.
Alright, so that was Thursday, right? Let's look at Friday then. We're outside the club room. I can hear voices coming from the room. Wait, I think someone's leaving.
Quick, over here!
We duck around a corner where we can have a good view of the hallway without being seen. She's walking away after Monica told her horrible things. Oh, bud. She looks back at the door for a moment, then starts walking away. Quickly, head down. I don't know. Should we go after her? It's not like we can't repeat the day, you know. And MC stays in the room. We know this for a fact. So it's not like we have to worry about a time paradox or something. But then the MC in the room wouldn't have known that we had this conversation with her, and it might end up later, like, screwing us over. You gotta think outside the box a little. The safest thing to do is to just let her have some alone time.
It sucks to see her like that. But I'm pretty sure she didn't want to talk about it right now. It's probably for the best that we give her some space.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to know when someone needs space and when they're really in trouble. Fortunately for us, we know we've still got time to do something. So hey, cheer up, okay? We'll find some way to save her.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.